Hi, I'm John from JC Installs and we're at Kent for our latest ongoing project. We were contacted by a client to initially secure a property. We came out and did a site visit and saw the size of the property was quite large. One of the needs and wants for the customer was to be able to secure the site for areas that are not seen from the main house and just to protect the perimeter generally. So what we've done is we've installed posts around the site. We've integrated lighting for a security aspect, but we've also done some decorative lighting because the plot is so pretty. So we've added a bit of decorative value in the lighting, but also we've added some really powerful security lights that will be activated through different means, either PIR activation or can be manually triggered on and off. Before we came here, we planned an infrastructure for the site. So we've got ducts running, we've got fibre cable running, Cat6 cables, and also power cables, which has allowed us to then install our posts around significant points around the plot. And we also have some Wi-Fi access points on the post to create this whole home network around the site. So it doesn't matter where you are on the site, you have one global network, because we have some U7 Pro outdoor access points which have a really long range, and also that will coordinate with the Wi-Fi both in and out the house and at different parts of the plot. We've got 2 CCTV cameras there facing in different directions, and they are Hikvision 8 megapixel 4K cameras with audio. They also have strobing lights. When someone comes into an intrusion area, sends a notification to the client or security company or monitoring station with some additional hardware installed. And then on this particular post, because it's closer to the house, we went for a little bit of a decorative design post, and also we have like a lantern style lamp on top of it, which is more for the decorative side of it as opposed to the security light, which is a little bit more of an eyesore and a commercial grade bit of kit. This is one of the other posts that we installed. This is a bit more of a generic post, like square in shape, and not as nice looking as the ones that we put near the house. So on this post, as I don't know if you can see along the floor, but this is where the ground was originally dug up, and we've put 100mm ducts in that have our data cable and our fibre cables. We have network switches, and we've also got a Shelly module that controls the light. Now on this particular post, we've got a 600 watt LED floodlight, and it's very, very powerful. Where we are on this residential plot is quite rural, and it gets extremely dark at night. So this light here is a security light. It's a commercial grade light, and it can be activated either via the GJD PIR, and that goes and talks through Control4. So if there's any movement detected within a certain radius, that's what will trigger the floodlight. And then also on this post we have a Wi-Fi 7 access point, and we also have 2 bullet cameras that have audio, sirens and strobes in case of detection within this location. So keeping an eye on this portion of the house, but we also have floodlight activated by the PIR, which also talks through Control4. We can also, if we wanted to, have a manual override. So if we wanted to turn it on and off via the Shelly app, we could also do that. And if we wanted to, we could also set it up on a schedule, but because of the brightness of this light, you wouldn't generally do that. This is more for security. If there's any unwanted intrusion in this area, that will activate. Also, the cameras will activate, sending notifications to the relevant sources. So this is another portion of the property where eventually it's a site that's in development, so it's being refurbed, but there will eventually be horses being ridden in this location and horses stored here. And for this particular area, because it backs onto a field not owned by the current owner, we've put a different type of camera. And this camera is a large PTZ. PTZ stands for pan, tilt and zoom. It has multi-directional movement in the ball part of the camera. It also has a static panoramic view camera which has a really wide angle, and then the main PTZ can obviously spin, move, zoom in and zoom out. But the cool thing about this camera is when I've set up a little detection zone here, because this is a main kind of walkway around the site, either in from the opposing field or in and around the stable area. So once I walk into that area, that camera will then set an alert. It will start to strobe and siren, and also it will start to track me wherever I go. So if I go behind the stables, or if I walk up that way, the camera should follow me in movement. Whilst it's doing this, it's also sending notifications out to whoever it needs to in order to respond to that notification. So that's the siren and strobe, and if you follow the camera, I'm going to walk around this way, so you can see that the camera's tracking me. So if I walked over to there, it would track me. If I walk back over this way, it would also track me. And this we thought was the best camera for this area, because there's an area that can't be seen from other cameras. Also on top of the post, as you can see, we've got a commercial grade. Now this is not a 600 watt, it's a 300 watt. And what we've done is we've put two of them in opposing corners of the horse riding area, and that will give really good practical lighting for if somebody wants to ride of an evening when it gets dark, namely in the winter. But it's also there and can be activated on sensor also, so it's a multi-purpose light and can also be turned on and off manually. But these are really good lights, very practical for an area like this, but also really good for security. Another portion of the work that we did here was to automate some lighting scenes, and we've done that by using Control4. One of the first things I saw when I came to the property, as you drive in, you're faced with this beautiful scene of these apple trees. There's actually 17 in a row that have been planted with you know, almost the exact same spacing, and they have really nice branches, and it calls to be uplit. So I proposed it to the customer, and the customer is a dream to work with, got a great vision for what looks nice, and decided to add some coloured lighting. And we've done that using Green RGBW fixtures, and we've put them in the ground to create coloured scenes on these beautiful trees. We've also put some low bed lighting. We've used some mushroom lights, Green fixtures also, and they give a really nice low glow around the beds to complement the coloured up lighting. I don't know if you can see here, we've got, these are one of the big fixtures that we put in. This is a Green RGBW in-ground wall, in-ground light, and that's being controlled via DMX and Control4. And at night we can change the colours from red, green, blue, purple, whatever you want, to give a really beautiful scene right the way across this garden area. So that's one of the bigger lights that we've fitted. Over there's same RGBW fixture, but slightly smaller, and that's more of a projected light fixture, and that will give a colour to those branches and bushes over there. And we've done the same with all the trees. If you can see, the trees are really nicely spaced out, but they have these really nice branches, and when the light's positioned properly, it shines up through the tree, literally making the whole tree change colour. And because it's DMX controlled via Control4, we could have that as green, that as blue, that as red. And I know that some people might think that coloured lighting is tacky, and if it's not done properly, it absolutely is. So there's a fine line about how many fixtures you put in, spacing them out and really making it look classy. With the apple trees, we didn't go for coloured, we went for warm white fixtures. And what we've done with these on the apple trees is we've got these Green uplighters, and we've actually dug down, so we had the trench put in, and these are 24 volt fixtures, and they're also concreted in, so if you see that as rock solid, that's not going to move anywhere, but also it's protected from the branches themselves. But we have one on each side because we thought one is not enough to light the tree and really give that impact. And we're hoping to get some night shots where we'll show you what these look like at night. But the two of them, we actually got the tape measure out and measured the exact distance from the trunk of the tree to the light fixture. So we've got 450 each side, And we came back the other night to have a look, and it really is stunning. So we've got 34 of these lights all the way across underneath, lighting up the apple trees. And then we've got the Green RGBW in-ground lights, and they are controlled. I'll show you the control cabinet over here. So Tom, who is a lighting genius who I work with very closely, is put this box together, and these are the different DMX modules for all of the 10 light fixtures that we have in and around here. We have a DMX controller that talks back to Control4, so the customer can basically use the touchscreen or iPad in the house to control the lighting. And then we have a Unify PoE switch there, and this is a IP rated enclosure that we had also when we did the ducting and all the cabling. We had the chamber put in, a manhole, and made the base nice and sturdy for the unit, and it's black in color, so it kind of we sat it out to the boundary of the property, and it's nicely hidden, so that works really, really well. I don't know if you can see if you look up, because Tom's playing with the lights at the minute, but we've got a purple, because it's RGBW, which is red, green, blue and white. You can basically mix those colors to make any color, any single color that you want. So you can have all different type of shades of blue, green, pink, and like I said before, if color lighting is not done properly, it really is tacky. But if it's done in a certain way where you complement it also with some mood lighting, get the right dimming rate on it, because they're also dimmable, it really does look beautiful, and it adds to that wow factor. And it was actually the customer that asked, can we do color? And these can also do warm white, so we can have like that, classic warm white scene where it looks really homely and classy and decorative. But if you want to wow it up a little bit for maybe your Halloween or like your Christmas, or even if you're just having a party or whatever, these type of light fixtures on trees like these is what kind of transforms the space from amazing to absolutely incredible. So this is one cabinet of 3 that we're going to be installing around the property, and this has the CCTV MVR in here, which is a network video recorder. It's also got the Control4 Core 1 controller, which is the brains of the automation, which also can talk to the DMX lighting. And then we have a fibre switch, because we've run fibre around the whole site. And then we also have the router, the Unify router and network switch. It's not completely finished because we're at phase 2 of the project. Phase 1 was the security and network. Phase 2 has been the lighting, and we'll be back to complete in a few weeks, hopefully, to kind of bring the house together with all the other work that we've done on the perimeter and outside.